and welcome to the show. We are here today on Forza Horizon 5 for some more multiplayer racing. Now, for this session, we are using A-class vehicles for some off-road and cross-country races, but the rules were the vehicles were not allowed engine swaps or driveline swaps. So, you're going to want an all-wheel drive car, right? It's got to start off all-wheel drive. I've got a route. I don't know whether it's a good one. I've gone for the middle ground. You know, because of the restrictions on engines and so on, there's going to be a lot of SUVs, right? It's cross-country, there's going to be a lot of SUVs as well. And I wanted to go for a different route, right? I've got a nice, very nice spot on the grid here. I have gone for a 959 Rally Raid. There are a couple of E-Trons that are a curious choice. I mean, the Trackhawk, probably going to be quite strong. The Astima. Someone else has gone for an Audi S1, also gone the complete other route. So races like this, not having an SUV isn't too much of a problem. The cross-country, when you've got big jumps, you do want that suspension travel, and the SUVs generally get more power. The cross-country circuit's generally faster, rely more on power, acceleration, top speed, and all of that kind of thing. I don't have the power of the likes of the Macan, or the Levante, or the Trackhawks, for an example, but I will probably be lighter than them. And it's, at the end of the day, it is a Rally Raid car. I don't really know. This is an idea that I thought I'd give a go. It might be complete garbage. There is a distinct possibility it will be complete garbage, but we'll find out pretty quickly. I mean, I'd like to think it'd do well, but yeah, the electric vehicles are off the line rapidly at the moment. They are faster than me down the straights. The question is, will they have the cornering? Now, the E-Tron might not be too bad here. It might have trouble on some of the more extreme off-roady stuff. The Extreme E vehicle, don't really know much about it. Might be quick, I guess. Seems pretty rapid so far, if not the easiest thing in the world to drive. We have got a little bit of a gap back to the cars behind. That's fine. But yeah, we do not match so we don't have the straight line speed. It was to be expected, really. I focused on trying to get as much power. This has got 500 horsepower. I focused on going for power parts once I'd got the tyres I wanted on it, but it's still going to be down on power compared to some stuff that is going to be running in this. It's quite lively as well. As you can see, I haven't got Forza Aero on this because everything I was aiming for in this was... I knew we were going to be down on power, essentially, so it was a real... Well, compared to some other stuff, so it was a real focus on trying how can I make it have a good top speed. So lose the aero was a way to go. It makes it lively, but it might help it in the long run. The E-Tron is to the front, apparently quite a good car. The other E-Tron is not far away. So the Extreme E is quick, but it does run out of top speed, which could be its undoing in some places. We'll have to wait and see. Through the water we go. Come on, 959. We can do this. We are fighting for the combustion engine at the moment. We are the only combustion car in the top four. Trackhawk is starting to catch as well, which may be a smidge faster than us. Where is that Audi going to have a look? I'm surprised it's so good in A-Class, to be honest. Whoa, we have got bounced around over there. It's uncomfortable, and now I'm out of position. It's a very lively car, this one. A bit livelier than I would personally like. We are about to have the E-Tron looking for a way past. Do we have the grip to make this stick on the outside? We do. I think in the really twisty stuff, we will probably have an advantage over the Audi. They're very big and very heavy, so we might, be able to kind of fend off a little bit here as best we can. Ooh, in real twisty stuff, top speed, I'd be worried. Yeah, okay, so like there, for example, you can see the E-Tron just cannot hold on, and the Extreme E car runs out of straight line speed. I'm going to guess they got gear limited or something. Well, they're single gear, aren't they, I think, in the Extreme E cars. Right, so it's me and Steve desperately trying to fight the good fight with some petrol power in this one. We will run away. We actually caught a little bit on the Extreme E car. We had a good start to this lap. We lose a little bit. It's the climb up the hill, I think, is where we hurt the most, which is kind of what I was fearful of in this car. 500 horsepower sounds like a lot, but in this field it won't be. So yeah, this section here is where we are vulnerable. Now the hope is that Ollie is going to get stuck fighting with that Trackhawk. If that happens, that would be very helpful. Oh god, I don't need any help. The back end of this car is very lively. It is the dog with the waggly tail at the moment. I'm just trying hope against hope to not spin the car at some point. I don't really want to brush the wall. The good thing we got... Oh, Ollie has gone for the inside through there. I didn't think the E-Tron was going to try it because we know it lacks grip through here. As you can see, it's just going to wash out wide and it's going to lose out to the Trackhawk in that one. That's the difficult part. Is, yeah, the E-Tron can go for the pass, but if it does and it goes wrong like that, going to lose out to the Jeep. Can we fend off from the Jeep for a couple of laps? I genuinely don't know at this point. It's going to be tough, I think. See, the Extreme is really bad at this first section of the lap, but it does do the final, does go right here onwards quite quickly, and then we gain massively after the start-finish line all the way through here. We've got Jurassic Park having a look, but not quite able to get alongside. That might just outrun us. Oh god, this thing is so... It's so sketchy. It so wants to have a very big accident. That's what the night. It is desperate to have a monumental crash, and I am currently having an argument with it. Trying to keep it vaguely pointing the direction that I want it to. I mean, it feels quick in some regards, but it is just a constant fight against having a tremendous accident, which is really not... This is not the sort of car that I'm normally comfortable driving or normally get much speed out of. At the moment, it is just sheer willpower trying to do something with it. We're closer to the Extreme E than we have been so far this race. Oh, don't get crossed up down here. Do not let that Trackhawk past. I want Ollie to start fighting the Jeep. That could save me and help me out. Yeah, we're really strong there. And that slow, twisty part, we carry a lot of speed compared to those two. But then this part is where we struggle. It's been a wonderful race, actually. I will say that. Whatever happens from here on out, it has been a fantastic battle. And I mean, the Porsche's not terrible. It scares the ever-living crap out of me constantly, because I really don't know what it's going to do over some of these bumps. It's definitely not as planted or secure as some of the other cars. The Extreme E doesn't look easy to drive either, to be fair. Oh, the E-Tron's here now. We are going to try and hold on to the back end. We are catching the Extreme E car a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. We head around the final corner. The E-Tron's got past the Trackhawk. It has been a stunning first race for the podium spots, and we just couldn't quite catch that Extreme E car. We get a petrol car on the podium. It's a victory, but that's not really a victory for the combustion engine. But, you know... Oh, Christ, that was hard work. Great fight. That was an amazing battle. Yeah, the Extreme E had a good start, and then we closed in, but we just ran out of time to close in on that one. The E-Tron on the front was stupid. But we had a wonderful, wonderful battle. Oh, right, and now I can breathe. I don't think I breathed the entire race. God damn, that was an awesome battle. We head to our second race. I have a nice spot on the grid. That is what we like to see. We're going to get screwed later on. I don't know what we're going to see here, actually. The Extreme E car might struggle with its gearing. The Porsche, I think, is going to be good at twisty stuff if I can stop it having an accident. I think it's going to be a recurring theme. I can't do words good. It's a terrifying car. There's no rear end grip in the slightest, and it feels like it's 3,000 pounds. It feels so light out here. It feels ridiculous. It feels a lot lighter than 3,000 pounds because it is just constantly wanting to move around and everything. But yeah, we'll see what we can do with this, and hopefully we can have a good race. Hopefully we can put on a good show, put up a good fight. With the 959. We'll let the Extreme E clear the debris. So this part of the lap, the Extreme E is probably not going to be too bad on. I don't know what the handling's like on that car. Well, we have got attacked by a Trackhawk. Oh, and I have run way too deep through there, and that is my mistake. We are in the middle of a 3 wide. Yeah, the other Trackhawk is going to struggle. We have got the acceleration just to sneak ourselves past. The E-Tron is very fast in a straight line, so that may well have a go. We will have a try to the inside through here, see if we can make this work, which we do. That's good news for us for the moment. I think it's only going to be a matter of time. That E-Tron's got so much straight line speed. It's very, very rapid down here. We have got good turning, though, in this. Oh, there's the debris. That's fine. We cleared that out of the way. The E-Tron's still having a look on the exit, and it will get past us. It's the Trackhawk doing the battle for the petrol cars. The other Trackhawk centered a little bit too hard, looking around the outside of that corner. I mean, yeah, so the Extremes, it's quick in place. It's very, very quick in some places, but it's definitely not quick everywhere. It's the same with my Porsche, though. We're quick in some places, but struggle everywhere to quite make up enough lap time. I'm hoping if those lot can start fighting each other, we might be able to sneak into the battle, but we do need them to start squabbling. I don't think we've quite got the pace on our own to do this, but we will try. We will try and avoid the debris. The Trackhawk looks like it's going to be the one coming under threat next from that Audi. It jumps towards the left. I should probably follow it actually more over that way. We will try. Don't slide too much, Porsche. Thank you. It's a little bit more control. So this really tight corner is where the E-Tron struggles and where we can gain the most time that we're going to around this lap. You will jump over cars. Yep, there is a crossover bit there. Although not likely. The only time you like have trouble is if someone's driving the racing trucks or the Unimog or something. We're definitely there or thereabouts in terms of pace. I think we're a couple of tenths down. We're not quite close enough, but we're getting a damn good shot with this. We can chuck the car in with a lot of speed into some of these corners. It can carry great amount of momentum on the way in. Okay, we're a little slow on the exit doing that, but we can throw it in with quite a lot of speed, which is good news, and it will potentially suit us well for future tracks. This probably isn't the best track for a down-on-power 959, but come to some other ones, especially if we've got some twisty bits to deal with. I mean, it's getting hectic at the front. We've got one lap to go. The Extreme E-Car is under heavy pressure. They're almost 3 wide into turn 1, and they are all going to be slow, taking that amount of side-by-side. Can we steal a podium somewhere? Could we steal a victory even? Would be nice. I think unlikely, but we will try. The Extreme E's chucked it in there really hard. We're sliding as we have ended up doing a lot of the time with this. The E-Tron's to the front. Is there going to be any pieces for us to pick up in this final corner? We know this is the section of the track where we are probably best at. Can we fire a 959 to the inside? Through here, we're going to try and sneak our way past a Trackhawk. We do. We sneak it past. Do I have the acceleration to hold it to the line? Can we outrun the Jeep? Oh, the Jeep's on the roof! We might just do it! We might just sneak a podium! That's very unlucky for Steve on that one. Oh, bloody hell. We snuck it onto the podium. We had some pace there. We'd really legit had some pace. We couldn't quite match the E-Tron, but we were quick. It was the twisty bit. The 959 just had the grip in the twisty bit, and while they were fighting, we were sneaky. I think that's the best we could have got. I think we could have got the Extreme E with enough time. I think we had the handling to do it. Bloody hell. It's another really good race. It's another really, really good race. And, well, it is the same podium. It was a very different story, that one. We head into our third race at the Baja Scramble Circuit. Dear God, Forza is being kind. Pole and 2 second places. That's quite nice game. That's very nice, actually. Especially with the Extreme E, the Trackhawk further back, to E-Tron 7th and 8th. I mean, we could be quite strong here. It's probably twistier than a lot of the circuits that we've gone to so far. Maybe the run out of the final corner to the finish line is where I could come undone. The E-Trons might not like the bumps in places. I don't know. I feel like we should be better. We should be better than them, but then the Trackhawk's probably better than us over those bumps and things like them. Like, all of the SUVs are likely to be better than me over the bumps. But we should be better than the E-Tron, but who knows? The Extreme E-Car, we know that thing's rapid in places, but will it have the gearing to survive some of the longer straights, especially the run to the start-finish line? Problem I have is we're not very good off the line. Once we got going, we're quite good, but off the line we kind of suck. which means even with the nice spot on the grid, we are not going to lead the way. We're going to have to at least get two, if we, we're going to have to at least get 2 passes. Even this is presuming we have the fastest car here. We can chuck the 959 in there with a lot of speed, and that will work. The Trackhawk looked for a gap on the outside. There was a gap there. We left a Trackhawk's width and no more than that there. The Jeep will maybe back out of that one at some point, and we will move up into 2nd place. Now, around the hairpin, I'm a little concerned. There we go. We have got that grip. Oh, God, here comes the Extreme E-Car. Will it run out of gearing down here is the question that I was really hoping the answer to was going to be yes, because otherwise we could be in trouble. The Porsche ahead has had a visit with the wall. We have got an Extreme E-Car to the inside. We've got an E-Tron to the bumper. Up over the jump we go. It's almost 3 wide in midair. The Extreme E-Car does a slap wheelie and is going to slide out wide, and we are going to immediately fire back to the inside through there. The E-Trons are having a look. We have gone down a gear too many by accident. Through that, we've got away with it, mostly just by wandering out and, well, just ending up in the middle of the road with our car. We are going to have to make the widest Dakar car in the history of Baja circuit. That makes sense to me. Chuck it in, full throttle, hope for the best. It works, it holds, it grips, but we have got a lot of company going on behind us. Can anything match us through here? Possibly, because the back end of my car has a mind of its own. It really just wants to do its own thing, which is not ideal. Oh, come on, find some grip here, if you please. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, go, go, go. That has built me a little bit of margin, and if they all fight one another, that would be very helpful indeed. Come on, Porsche, make some distance, make some distance. Yes, let them all squabble amongst themselves, and we will try and run away. And I've messed up turn 1. We kind of slid and lost momentum at a very critical juncture there. It's not what we wanted to be doing at all. We are at least kind of on our own going into this section. I think 3rd gear is probably where it's at for me through there. We have got good grip, at least, through that section. We can just chuck the car in and hope for the best. They are still fighting incredibly hard over that 2nd place. There is another thing coming to join it. The other E-Tron's there as well. I still can't get that corner how I want it to, because the back end just doesn't stick. Back end is just so keen on trying to overtake the front that it makes it all very awkward for me. There is a lot of cars behind having squabbles, which I am concerned about. We are great under brakes down here. Do we make the gap that we need once again? Not as big as last time. 2 E-Tron. Oh, the poor petrol car. The poor petrol car has a lot of company it doesn't really want at the moment. We're good at the final turn, that's something. We will have just a tap on the brakes and turn into the first corner, try and use the banking. Yeah, we are quite good through there. We've built a little bit of a gap over that lot. It's not much, but it is a little bit of a margin for now. Right, get slowed down into here. It's this next corner where I think we're quite quick if we get it right, which we kind of do. Not well enough, but it is still in the lead of the race. The E-Tron is going to be having a look. It's still there alongside. Can't quite make it stick there. We're pulled clear of the Extreme E-Car, at least. That's something. We'll just run it in flat. That time, that's perfect. That's what we wanted to do. If ever there was a lap to have it stick perfectly through that corner, it was this, the final lap of the race, that we needed to make that work. We blast down to the hairpin. The Audi's having a look. It's not quite got it done. We will try and cover the inside. Oh, it might get it done. It's the acceleration towards the line. I mean, we are going to keep it pinned out wide. The E-Tron bounces, it bumps. I think we're going to do it just. Oh, it was kind of what I said, actually. That was another amazing race. It was very much the... we had slight better run across the... Oh, Jesus, the laps between the 2 E-Trons, the Extreme E, my car. The Macan was actually very competitive there. The Trackhawk was quick but fell down. I'm going to guess missed a checkpoint, potentially, which is unfortunate, because that's basically identical lap to me. Bloody hell, that was a ridiculous race. Great fun. We just held on, and that was, yeah, some simply riding over the bumps better out of that final corner. A victory for the petrol engine. It did it. we head to the urban cross-country circuit for our next race. We're further back on the road. I don't know what the hell is going to happen here. So there are some massive jumps in this one. Now, theoretically, the Extreme E-Car or the Trackhawk would be the one to have, with the E-Trons being the worst and my 959 being somewhere in the middle, but the conventional logic does not always work around here, so who knows what's going to be fastest over these jumps. We will have to wait and see. It could be any, it could be something completely, the S1 might be the best on that, who knows. I mean, this is probably not going to be my car's strong suit. My car is good at twisty stuff, and here is not really twisty stuff. This is kind of accelerate, jump, which is not what we are best at. Although I guess we have got some relatively low speed corners where we might be able to make up some time. We'll have to kind of see how it goes, really. Quite a nice landing, I will say that much. That is helpful. That is what we want. I don't know if the E-Tron... The E-Trons are going to be very fast down the straights. Is whether they are horrible on the landing of the jumps. We will have to wait and see on that one. We actually feel okay. Not great, but I wouldn't have said awful around here. About as good as I could expect. But we have also got this next jump coming up. This is the one that's going to be the sort of make or break one, really, in many ways. Oh, the Extreme E-Car bounced off a beamer. Oh, yeah, that's the one that I feared might be bad for me. And it was. We are 3 wide towards the first corner. The Extreme E-Car's very sideways. Oh, God, we're not going to fit any more wide down this bit of road. Oh, the Trackhawk's terrible on the landings as well. So we're kind of okay, but we're not. We're okay at the other ones, but it's the really big start-finish line. Oh, that's too much speed for me down there. That did not work for us. That is going to go soaring past. Yeah, we are not... I mean, if we... Okay, we've not had a great... We made a little mistake. But I just don't feel like we're actually all that fast here. Oh, I have lost controller vibrations, which means I am running out of controller batteries. That'll have to go on charge before the next race. I'm glad it's happened here and not the races where we were legit fast. Well... Yeah, we are not the best suited to this, I don't think. It was always going to happen eventually. It was always the S1 also not working. It was always going to find somewhere where this car did not like, and it is here. I mean, I had been hopeful that we might have been able to be a surprise package, you know, but it is not. It has not gone that way. I mean, I say that's fine. You always want to be competitive everywhere. However, yeah, it just doesn't quite work out here, because even if we're quicker... Problem is, we lack straight line speed, right? So we can only make up time in the corners. All that wasn't intentionally going for a dive like that, but there we are. So yeah, we can only make up time in the corners, and then we lose a lot of time on that one particular landing. It is, yeah, difficult to make up enough time. It really becomes a battle between me and the X5, I think. Yeah, the S1's really struggling. The E-Tron at the front has buggered off into the distance. Again, there's a huge squabble for second that sadly we are not a part of. We will try and chuck the 959 to the inside down here. No, not quite. We end up overdriving. Well, I say we end up overdriving it because we're desperately trying to make up any time that we can with these corners. There has been a bump over there that has dropped a couple of cars back. We're around the outside of the X5, but then we are going to lose probably the position there. Oh no, BMW had a bad landing as well that time around. We will be neat and tidier for the little bit bump on the wall, little bit of a bump on the wall. Oh, that was a horrible landing as well. Yeah, I can never figure it out with these. Although, yeah, this was always going to be a tougher challenge for this car. Oi! That's not quite gone to plan. We will launch it across there. Oh, it looks like the E-Trons are 1 and 2. You can see how much more speed the Trackhawk can take through this. It is going to be potentially the first all-electric podium by the looks of it, unless anything can surpass them at the last second, which I don't think they will. There is a mighty tussle from 2 cars up ahead. I think that was over 4th in the end. Yeah. Did not work for my car there at all. Fair enough, really. Just, yeah, nowhere near quick enough around that circuit. The E-Trons will take 1st and 2nd. The Extreme Key, they were very similar in terms of lap time around there. I mean, we were only about 2.5 off, but yeah, just not good enough for us there. But that's how it goes sometimes. We head into our final race. The Temple Cross Country Circuit. Oh, game, you have been unbelievably kind to me. So, I mean, as the battle of the electric versus petrol engines go, the electric has won. Quite convincingly, really. We might have a chance to fight back. I like this track. My car should be strong here. In theory, a couple of big jumps might give us some grief, but we're likely to be good handling in some of the more technical sections. This is, though, this is provided I can stop the car that constantly wants to have an accident. And the E-Tron starts in 3rd, which is scary, because we know it's so quick off the line. Because we have to... My first gear is so short, we're almost immediately changing up. And I did not get turning right at all through there. So we're going to have to do this the very hard way, because we're going to have to chase down the E-Tron around here. It might be doable. We'll have to wait and see. Launch. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so glad we can't actually fall off the bridge there. Otherwise that would have been quite bad. The S1's having a wobble. I mean, we might not be able to do it with that car. We've seen how fast that car was at some of the tracks. If it is pacey here, we might be asking a lot of the 959 to do much about reeling it in, but there are potentially going to be some places around the track where we will be quick. We can really chuck the car in there. It's those sort of corners where we do just have the grip to get away with throw the car in and hope sort of thing. Although either that or I'm going to miss a checkpoint or I'm going to spin with the throw it in and hope technique, because it is, yeah, decidedly difficult. Or we are... in the fight with the Audis at the moment. We are going to throw it into turn 1. Unfortunately, I can't take the line I want because there is a bright pink car to our inside. We're going to try and pin it down there as much as we can. It's a little bit sneaky, not going to lie, but we're having to use all the defensive tools I have available to me here if we are going to fend off the tide, I think, of Audis. Ollie is looking to the outside. We can chuck the 959 in here and carry some speed. It's just I can't match that power. It's the thing that I feared about when I built this car for this, is we are just a little bit down on power. This is the corner where we are quite fast, I think. If we can get it right, we can just carry the speed. Oh, Extreme E-Car's very sideways. We had a nibble and a little push and a little bump. And, you know, we are fighting the good fight here. Oh, the Extreme E-Car's absolutely sent it and has got through on us, unfortunately, for the 959. I just don't know if we've got the pace here. It's the acceleration I just can't match. We have the grip in some places. Now, perhaps if we just sit back and let them fight each other, we are on a much tighter line through there. It's not quite going to work. It's not the worst line in the world. I think the E-Trons are too quick. Can I do anything? Do I have an answer for the Extreme E-Car, though? That is the question. It does look a little bit more vulnerable than the Audis around here. The petrol versus electric battle has very much gone the way of electric, but we are fighting the good fight where we can. Oh, we get understeer mid-corner. Yeah. I mean, the Extreme E-Car sent it last lap on us. We return the favour. There's a lot more slide. I mean, I'm driving this car in a way that I don't really like to drive my cars. And I'm not sure it's the fastest way, but trying to fight this car's nature is proving too much. There is definitely some speed. There's some speed to be had. I would like a bit more grip in this, that's for sure. Oh, no. It's just wasting time when it's sliding. The Extreme E's going to do a front flip if it's not careful. That's what I want to see. That is good news for me, as far as we want to see these little errors, perhaps these little weaknesses for that car. again, they just get off the corner so well. I do not have an answer, although the Extreme E did a front flip at that section. Yeah, this is where we're quick, but we're way too far back to be looking. Ollie's not had a great final lap. We've not had a great final lap either. It's kind of a chuck in and hope at that point. Yeah, not surprisingly, I was expecting. We have been quick at a few places, and I really did expect us to be half decent here, but it has just not. It has not worked the way I expected for the 959. Yeah, just didn't really materialise the pace there. Kind of surprises me, really. The Trackhawk struggled as well, which is equally surprising, because I've been quick. So I wonder. I say that actually, the Trackhawk got a fast lap. I really struggled at that track, which does surprise me. Yeah, just did not have the pace there. It might be that my car is a bit too slidey and I was sliding it too much, maybe, through some of those corners. Nah. I don't know. It didn't work. It didn't quite work as well there as it did on some of the other ones. Unfortunately, the final couple of races just got away from us a little bit. The E-Trons are actually very fast. We thought they were going to be silly, but it turns out they were really not that bad at all around there. We did get the only petrol-powered victory in all of that, though, which is definitely something to be pleased about. I must say I like that 959. I'm not sure that's the right words to sum up my feelings. It is essentially a car that you race about a millimetre away from a crash at all times. It was exciting. It was a lot more competitive than I thought it was going to be, I think it is safe to say. And after all that, I've had some of the best off-road races I've ever had on this game with this, in those battles. It was fantastic fun. Yeah, the final two races just got away from us a little bit, but there was some wonderfully close battles in all of that, even if this car is horrifically difficult to drive. There we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you would like to sign up to take part in the next one of these, you can via our Discord. There'll be a link in the description. Find the Versus Community sign-up section, and you can register to take part in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.